Hey guys, first of all, very sorry about the bad lighting. The thing is, I'm kind of trudging through the streets right now because my scooter gave up on me a little while ago. It ran out of fuel. And there's good news and bad news related to this very situation that I'm in. I'll start with the good news first, but before I tell you that, I want you guys to keep this one thing in mind, that good news here is not exactly good news. It's just news which is not entirely sucky, news which is not entirely just bad, okay? And then I'll tell you what the bad news is, but for me to get to that, I will have to tell you the good news first, because that's how it works, right? The way to me telling you the bad news is why I'm telling you the good news. So I'll start with the good news first. But remember what good news represents. Remember what I'm representing under the label of good news. It's just news which is not entirely just bad, okay? Alright, yeah, so the good news is that this happened when I was not very far away from my place. I was on my way back home, and I was about let's say 700 to 800 meters away from my place when this happened. And that's why I could at least I still had to drag my scooter all the way back home, but I could at least park my scooter safely in my parking, because I think it would have been a horrible idea to just park it at the side of the road and then go on this quest for finding petrol at this hour. So yeah, I'm glad about that. At least I left my scooter in my parking, and now I'm foot slogging to the nearest petrol pump, which is about 3 kilometers away from my place. And I know it doesn't sound like that far away, but you have to realize that your perception of distance kind of changes with the means of your transport. And I'm just walking right now. I've been walking since the last 5-10 minutes, so it's going to take another 20 minutes or so, let's see, at this pace. So yeah, since I'm just walking, it definitely feels way longer than it would have if I at least had a cycle, or a scooter, a car, or a tank, or what the fuck so. But anyway, that's not it. The thing is that I'm not even sure if that petrol pump gives petrol in bottles, which I have forgotten to carry one with me. So even if I figure out that they do, I know for sure that will be open right now, but even if I figure out that they do, then I will have to walk all the way to this place which is kind of close to the petrol pump, which I know for sure will be open. It's kind of like a dhaba and a pawn shop. They also have a little tea stall there. So yeah, I will have to buy a bottle of water or maybe some cold drink, and I will have to swill it all down because I don't like wasting food or water. And then take the bottle all the way to the petrol pump and then ask him to fill it up with petrol, and then walk all the way back home and fill my scooter up with the same petrol. But if they don't give petrol in bottles, if they just refuse to do that, then I will have to walk all the way to this other petrol pump, which I know for sure gives petrol in bottles, because I've had this type of emergency during the daytime when it's open, and I went there and they gave it to me in a bottle. So yeah, but about that, there's a little catch there too, because that place is about first of all 8 kilometers from the petrol pump that I'm walking to right now, and I'm not even sure if it will be open, but I'll still have to figure it out, because now things have come to this and I don't have any other option except for doing what I just have to do. So yeah, let's see. I'll update you guys what happens. And all this happened because of this stupid switch that I had all over again. The switches that I'm talking about, right? I have these switches where all of a sudden, the information that I have it all stored in my brain kind of gets shuffled up and just rearranges, and the meaning of things, they just either the meaning of things just changes, or things are associated with all the things that they are not. And this time it targeted E and F that you have on your speedometer, that represents how much petrol you have in the tank. And for some reason, because of the switch, I thought that E represents enough and F represents finish, and I thought that I have enough fuel because it's right there. And then when finally my scooter dried out is when it hit me that shit, E is for empty and F is for full. So yeah, I'm facing the horrible outcome of that switch right now, and this foot slog is kind of taking a toll on me.
Whew, what tiring it is. Oh shit. Oh my god.
Hey guys, I'm back home and I'm afraid I have some more good news and bad news both for you. I'll start with the bad news first this time, alright? The bad news is that I went to both of those places, and like I told you guys, like I guessed, the first place refused to give petrol in a bottle, although it was open, and the second place was just closed, so I just had to walk back home. But the good news is this botched situation is not going to ruin any of my plans. It's not going to mess around with and cause ruination to my schedule for tomorrow, because first of all, I don't have anything planned as such. There's no place that I need to be at in the morning or in the afternoon. Yes, in the evening I have sort of made plans with this friend of mine to go and see her and film another one of my vlogs with her, so stay tuned for that. But I'm pretty sure she'll understand my situation and she'll come over to my place instead, and we'll just do it over here. And after we're done taking care of it, she'll take me to the nearest petrol pump, the one that gives petrol in bottles that I know for sure. So we'll go there and fill the bottle up with petrol, and then I'll bring it back home and fill my scooter's tank with the same petrol and get the engine running.